Hello everyone. In this video, we're going to get just a little more practice with our three predicate derivation inference rules: universal elimination, existential introduction, and universal introduction. It'll be good to have a little more practice with these three rules before we advance to our fourth and final predicate derivation inference rule, existential elimination. So in this problem, we're going to derive the existential generalization. There is a YWY from two primary assumptions. For all x, Sx, and if there's a YSY, then for all W, WW. I want us to practice a little bit of goal assessment. And that means starting at the bottom of the derivation and thinking about strategically how we might arrive at that final step in our derivation. So I'm going to go ahead and ask you to pause this video. If you don't have a piece of paper and a pencil, it might be a good idea to go ahead and get some. And before resuming the video, I want you to think about how you might move on to the final step from a next to the last step in the derivation. Go ahead and hit pause, and then when you're ready, resume the video. So when we're doing goal assessment, we have to look at what we are trying to derive, this existential generalization at the bottom. We also have to have our eye on what we've got to work with, these two primary assumptions up at the top. And we see the predicate W in the target sentence. We only see the W appear in the primary assumptions in the second assumption. And specifically, it's in the consequent of the conditional. So we don't see an existential generalization just sort of perched up there in our primary assumptions, and meaning that we would just simply have to figure out a way to break it off. It's just not there. So we're going to have to put it together. And that means if we're going to try to put it together, we should look at its logical organization. It only has one logical operator. That's the existential quantifier there. And the rule for adding an existential quantifier to our proof is existential introduction. So maybe we're going to get this by existential introduction on some other sentence. That leads us to ask, well, what does existential introduction take as input? If we want to get this sentence, there's a YWY, by existential introduction, we're going to have a substitution instance, because that's what existential introduction requires as input. That means we'll have to have a name following the one-place predicate W. There are no names in the assumption, so we have quite a bit of latitude. We could choose really any name we wanted. Sticking with goal assessment, what I want you to do now is come up with an idea, some kind of an idea for how you might get WA in your derivation. And so go ahead and hit pause and come up with an idea, and when you're ready, hit resume. So one very good idea for getting this new instance, WA, into the proof would be to derive it from a universal generalization. For all W, W, W. And then we can get WA by the rule universal elimination. Universal elimination allows you to drop the quantifier off of a universal generalization, replace the variable with really any name. There are no restrictions. And this universal generalization, you'll notice, is actually the consequent of the conditional on line 2. That's why I chose that variable for all W, WW. It will give us WA by universal elimination, and it's something that should be somewhat achievable since it's already up there as a component of one of our primary assumptions. What I'd like you to do now is hit pause and come up with an idea for how we can get this universal generalization on a line by itself in this proof. Go ahead and hit pause and then resume when you're ready. Since the universal generalization is in the consequent of a conditional sentence, you might be thinking that the rule of conditional elimination will help you get there. And in fact, that's a great idea. Conditional elimination will be helpful in getting us this universal generalization. Conditional elimination and that means it's going to come from line 2. Conditional elimination, however, is a little bit of a picky rule. It takes 2 line numbers as input. We have to have the conditional, and we do have a conditional on line 2. That's the main connective there. But we also have to have, on a separate line, the antecedent of the conditional. The antecedent of the conditional on line 2 is there is a y, sy. Okay? So there's a y, sy. If we can get that together, then we will get the universal generalization. Then we can instantiate it to the letter A, the name A. Then we can do existential introduction on it. Okay? So if we can get there is a y, sy on a line by itself, we've basically figured out how to get the rest of the way. What I'd like for you to do now is pause once again and see if you can see a way to get from these primary assumptions to this existential generalization. It should only take a couple of steps. So I want you to go ahead and hit pause, and when you have an idea, go ahead and resume the video. Your eye should, when you look at there is a y, sy, your eye should be up here on this first primary assumption for all x, sx. The move from everything has the property s to something has the property s is pretty simple. In fact, we only need to take one intermediate step. We can instantiate line 1 to any name we like. We've been working with the name A. The name A works fine there. We can get that from line 1 by the rule universal elimination. Once we have SA on a line by itself, we can do existential introduction on it. So line 3, existential introduction. We've taken the name A, replaced it with a variable, and added the existential quantifier. As I said earlier, once we get this existential generalization, boom, 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 we're home free. We've already figured the rest out. Line 5 then is an application of conditional elimination to lines 2 and 4. Line 2 is our conditional. Line 4 is the antecedent of the conditional. Line 5 is the universal generalization. Line 6 is an instantiation of the generalization on line 5. Again, to instantiate a generalization is simply to take it and turn it into an instance. So line 6 comes from line 5 universal elimination. And that brings us to our target sentence, which is the result of applying existential introduction to the instance on line 6. And we've seen all of our 3 inference rules: universal elimination, actually twice, existential introduction, twice. We didn't see universal introduction, but we're going to see that in the next video.